This level is designed much different from the others. Instead of platforms, the area is much more open. There's water pits, vines to climb, different enemies, and the trampolines scroll back and forth, or up and down. Controlling yourself on these trampolines going horizontal can be pretty awkward. If you don't touch any buttons after you land, you'll remain on the trampoline at all times, which is a good thing, but getting to where you want to go from the trampolines can be a bitch. For one thing, you move at a different speed once you leap off, so that throws off your timing, which is tough enough as it is when you want to grab these vines. To grab them, you just use the D-pad and Mappy grabs them automatically, even if you don't want to. Which sucks when you're already past the vines and you just want to wait on the trampoline for an opportunity to jump, but instead you end up right back on the fucking vine. You gotta start all over again. Same thing when you hop off the vines. If the trampoline is coming towards you, it'll knock you right back to the vine. So you gotta wait until it scrolls away from you. Then sometimes you just sail right through the vine and plummet to the water below. By the way, if you stop your direction in midair, you're going straight down whether you like it or not. So if you manage to pass right by the vine and end up between vines, you can't shimmy over and grab the next one. You're going straight down. And these parrots are annoying. They fly by ever so slowly while you're bouncing around on the trampolines. So you stand there. Come on, you fucking bastard, let's go already. You can't wait around for too long, because after a certain amount of time, the song will play faster, and that means the enemies are faster too. Then if you wait too long again, this flying dish or whatever the fuck it is just comes flying by and kills you and there's nothing you can do about it. So in other words, there's a time limit. So you can't spend all your time standing around waiting for the parrots to fly by and for this asshole to get out of your way. That's another thing about this level. This prick climbs up and down this vine, making it tougher to scale the vines. At the same time, you gotta avoid that flying fat fish that flies out of the water. And you can never time its attack, because it pops out at fucking random all the time. One more rant about this stage, and then I'll move on. In the third world, you start off in the sub-area, which is this underground cave-looking area of sorts, and it's not so bad by itself. It's pretty simple. Grab the clover and leave, then you make your way through the pain-in-the-ass level. But if you die on this level and get a game over, and you choose to continue, the underground sub-area apparently has a power outage, because you can't see the fucking floors. You have to pretty much memorize where you're supposed to go and avoid the cats and fat-ass fish all at the same time. It's like the 4th and 7th castles in Super Mario Bros. Where you had to go through a specific path in order to get to Bowser, or else it loops every single time. Only it's as if all the platforms were completely invisible, and you had to know exactly where to go within the time limit. Plus once you do finally get out, you have to beat the frustrating goddamn level, collecting all the marijuana plants. I hate this fucking level. The 5th stage is a pirate ship, or at least there's a pirate ship in the background. You just walk on the same iron platforms you see in every other level. This level's always a breath of fresh air because you just got out of that goddamn jungle. It's never really all that hard either, but the 4th world does have a part you might slip up on. You search all throughout the level, collect 5 baseballs, and where the hell's that 6th one? It's gotta be around here somewhere. Come on, the level isn't even that big, what the hell? Oh, there it is. Look how it blends right in with the background. And remember not to slip off the ledge to get it either, you'll fall and die. If you jump on the trampoline and shift over, you'll be okay, even though you fell from the same distance when you died. The thing that sucks the most about this nearly invisible ball is that it's in the 4th world. As you advance worlds, not only are the level designs trickier, but the cats seem to be a lot smarter and faster and will always be on your trail. See how I'm swinging on the handlebars but they stay horizontal with me rather than run off into a random direction or walk right into my trap? So the 6th level is Ghost Town, and this one is even more of a departure from the game's typical level structure than the jungle was. The whole thing is flat with no platforms or trampolines. Instead of collecting cheese or rings or whatever, you collect keys no matter what world you're in. There's no cats in the main level, just ghosts and a mummy that float around. You get a balloon to float around with, and a flashlight to zap the ghosts. There's also this white thing you can get that'll somehow cause the sun to come out for about 3 seconds and causes all the ghosts to disappear. I guess these are vampire ghosts. After grabbing all the keys, which is easy as fuck, this asshole will stand in your way and won't let you pass. Of course, you have to go through a sub-area to get by. In Worlds 1 and 4, you'll have to go through the church and retrieve a cross which will allow you access past this douchebag. But in Worlds 2 and 3, you go into the mansion, which resembles the old arcade version. All these doors warp you to another random door on the screen. There's no button to manually enter the doors, you just automatically go through them upon pushing them. The level isn't all that big, so you shouldn't get lost. You just have to watch out for these fucking cats chasing you around and that fucknut that stands outside town blocking your exit. He doesn't do anything, he just stands there, but you'll die if you walk into him. One part that sucks is that you could warp yourself right into death if a cat is walking right by the door you come out of. One of these doors will advance you to the next level. In World 2, it's the door up top right above Numbnuts here, and in World 3, it's the door above him and slightly to the left. Level 7 is a generic city street called 7th Avenue. If an enemy is running on the platform above you, you can wipe him out by jumping into these sticks. But it's pointless because these weapons are supposed to save you from danger, but the cats up top aren't exactly threatening you just yet. All enemies respawn relatively quickly, so getting them off the screen doesn't do a whole lot of damn good. When you can't cross the bridge in World 4, you realize you have to go through the sub area. You've done this several times already. So you figure it should be in a building that kinda stands out. But it's not the restaurant or the cinema. No, that would make too much sense. Instead you have to go into this building with the dinky ass awning. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. Makes about as much sense as getting a horn instrument to lower the bridge. The final full level is the castle, and it's never really all that hard. You never have to put up with those annoying sub areas, and the bowling balls you roll work pretty well. You can either stand behind it to take out the cats in front of you, or you can outrun it and let the ones chasing you from behind run right into it since the balls move pretty slow. You don't advance through a door or gate at the far right hand side of the level like in all the others. Instead, once you collect all the items, you warp through the castle doors in the middle where you have one final task to complete. You have a small bonus stage type deal with no enemies. You have to collect 6 other items and run up to your girlfriend Mappy, or your kid, depending on what world it is. But you have to do this before the song ends, which is roughly about 20 seconds. If you don't make it in time, you get bitched out and have to try again. What a snobby bitch. You risked your life to get her like 40 pieces of cheese for her birthday, and she pisses and moans. Well, I guess that's what Mappy gets for going for the spoiled rich whore. What's pretty stupid is that if you fail, you don't lose any lives and you can just keep trying as many times as you like. So this doesn't have that final boss battle type feel, and not just because there's no bad guys to contend with, but you essentially can't die. The only way to lose here is to turn off the game after you get sick of not beating it. Well, obviously the later worlds are progressively harder to beat the clock, but since you have infinite tries, you should be able to learn the easiest path after a few tries. You get a slightly different ending for every world. Each one features Mappy jumping around all happy that he made it to the party or whatever. After you beat all 4 worlds, you start all over from the beginning. No ending for beating the entire game at all. So basically this game is 4 mini-games, with a different crappy ending for each. And it suits the game pretty well because it sucks. This game may have been intended for kids, with the happy-ass title, cartoony graphics, and lack of violence, but even for kids, this game is a piece of shit. It won't traumatize you like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but I suggest you don't even bother with this one. And I don't even feel like talking about it anymore. See you next time.